What's going on, everybody? It is Justin, and sadly, I am no longer on a beach, so no sense in showing you my ugly face. I'm just going to give you the workouts for the week. Um, I really like this week. Hopefully, you guys do too. I know we've been kicking y'all's butts, but in a good way. I've been getting a lot of compliments, and the only bad things I've heard is like, man, I'm sore, and that was a really good workout. So to me, that's good stuff. We're doing some more strength today or this week. We're going to start off with kind of a double Metcon, kind of a two for Monday, a Metcon Monday, if you will. We've done before. We're going to start off with a every minute on the minute for 12 minutes. We're going to do an alternating EMOM. So the first minute you do 5 hang power cleans. This is at 50% of your max. So that's the same 50% is going to be for everybody, right? So nobody's going to do 60 or 30%. There's no scaling on that. Just put 50% of your max. It should not be a problem. We want it to be the same for everybody. Then we're going to do 12 wall balls, and we're going to do 6 to 10 strict push-ups. What we mean by strict push-ups is not Metcon push-ups. We want them to be nice and strict, elbows in, none of this yoga where we arch up into like some kind of support thing or whatever. So if you don't have that and we have to go from our knees for today to make them really strict and pretty and keep them our midline stable, that's fine. Coaches will help you with that. We're going to go back and forth through that for basically 4 sets of those 3 things. So, and then RX Plus is going to be doing more hang power cleans, more wall balls, and more strict push-ups. We're going to rest exactly 3 minutes, and then we're going to go into our Metcon, or the real Metcon that's going to be for time. It's got 100 double unders, 30 burpees to a bar. Now this, I'm not going to specify that it has to be 6 or 12 inches out of your reach. We just want it to be a bar that you have to actually jump up and touch, so we know that you're getting off the ground and your hands are over your head. And then 100 more double unders. This one's going to burn. It's going to be a lot of lung. It's going to be a lot of shoulders. It's just going to suck. So enjoy it. No RX or RX Plus for that one. If you don't have double unders, obviously we want you to do either attempts if you suck at them. So you'll do 10 double unders and then 200 singles, and then the burpees, and then another 10 double unders and 200 singles. That's how we'll scale it if you suck at double unders, and this workout is going to take you 40 minutes. If you don't have double unders at all, we'll do a 3-to-1 ratio. But that's if you've never done double under before ever in your life. If you've done them, we want you to stick it out and try and get at least the 20 throughout the whole workout. For Tuesday, we got back squats. So we're going to find a 10 rep max. You guys should have a decent idea about what this is because we've been doing some EMOMs and stuff with it before. But then after that 10 rep max, we're going to do 2 sets of 10 at 80% of your max. Whatever that max is for that day, you're going to put 80% on that bar. And, you can round down to the nearest 5 if you want to or something like that, or you can make it exact. Not a problem. 80% isn't going to be too crazy after the 10 rep max, but it's going to definitely feel heavy and get you guys some extra volume in, so it's going to feel like 3 really heavy sets. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to do sets of 10 and do 10 sets of 10 finding a 10 rep max. That is way too much volume. You should have an idea of what your 10 rep max is by now if you don't talk to the coach, and we can figure out based off your percentages of what we do have. For the Metcon, we have got another spicy one. So we've got 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 of push presses, kettlebell swings, and ab mat setups. Push presses are ridiculously light, so we hope that nobody scales this one. I'm going to push everybody and encourage them not to scale this one. If it's a little heavy for you, that's okay. If for 45 pounds and 75 pounds is actually heavy for you, that's okay. Push it. And we're going to try and, maybe go up from what you normally do on this one. But for a lot of us, it's actually going to be fairly lightweight, and it's a lot of reps. So RX Plus is going to have a little bit heavier weight, but still pretty light. So we want you to fly through that. Wednesday, we are going to be doing floor press, and we're going to be doing pin lay rows. So what I want you to do is you're going to warm up on floor press. Again, you should have a pretty good idea of what your maxes are for this. This is not necessarily a 10 rep or an 8 rep max. What you're going to do is you're going to do a set of 10, rest about 2 minutes, do another set of 10 with more weight, rest about 2 minutes, do a set of 8 with even more weight than the previous set, and then rest 2 minutes and do your final set of 8. Even more weight, your most weight that you've done. Now this may be a new PR for you. It may be, a new max or whatever. That's fine. I'm not looking for an 8 rep max. We're just trying to get heavier every single set and then try and go up heavy in weight. Then we're going to do pin lay rows, 4 sets of 10. This is not a max. I don't like to max out on pin lay rows per se. I want you to get really heavy. I want you to get as heavy as you can while keeping the form looking good. That shoulders and hips at the same height, and no cheating to the reps. You guys know what that means. You've seen it before. It's where we jerk our chest up or we pull it up and we can't quite reach the bottom of our sternum, so we pull our chest down to touch it. None of that crap. We want these things to look good. So choose your weight accordingly. This is going to help us get pull-ups if if we're looking to get pull-ups. Or if we don't have pull-ups, we're trying to work for it. Then we got a partner cardio WOD. This one's going to be awesome. Some of you guys that love running, I'm sure we're going to see you guys out there. Hopefully the bench and the pin lay rows will bring out the people that don't like running. So you see what I'm doing there? Kind of tricky. Anyways, you're gonna have a partner, and you're gonna do 5 rounds of a 200-meter run and a 300-meter row. You can partition it up how you like. Both people may work, but you're only gonna get 1 rower per team, so you can't both row and then go get done with the thing or whatever. That's pretty much the only rules to that. You can kind of cheat the system however you want to after that, but the work's got to get done at the end of the day. It's going to be a 1,000-meter run for both people. So 2,000-meter runs total as a team and 1,500 meters for both people, so 3,000 meters as a team. Thursday, we have got overhead squats and a ring support hold. And actually, I'm going to do this whole support hold, top of a dip, and then RX Plus is going to use rings. That's what I wanted to do for that. We'll put down there like that. Bam. Okay. So you're going to do 10 overhead squats at 40% of your 1 rep max. Again, if you don't have your 1 rep max, there are percentages and algorithms in our system. So if you've ever done an overhead squat, we can estimate that. We can just go off of it, from your coaches, and they should know you pretty well unless you're brand spanking new. Then you're going to do 20 to 30 seconds of a support hold in the top of a dip. And that's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to lock your elbows out. You're going to be in a good position with your shoulders, and you're going to hang out there for 20 to 30 seconds. This is not for time. You're going to go back and forth. We don't want you to really get super crazy out of breath for it or anything like that. Don't look at it as a Metcon, but this is going to be tough work, especially for your arms. Then we're going to move on to deadlifts, kind of the same thing. We're going to do 4 rounds, not for time, of 10 deadlifts at half of your max. If you got a 400-pound max, put 200 pounds on there. Yes, I know it's light, but you're going to be doing a total of 40, and we want you to get them done fast. However, I don't want to see any crazy bouncing where you're pushing the weight down, trying to get that bounce off the floor. Touch and go is perfectly fine. I want that to happen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between touch and go and trying to force that weight down in the ground so you get a 6-inch bounce so you don't have to pick it up off the top. And then a chin-up hold. So basically you're going to hold the top of a chin-up for 20 to 30 seconds. If you can't hold the top of a chin-up for 20 to 30 seconds, just hold as long as you can. And if you can't hold the top of a chin-up at all, we're going to hold, we're going to use rings, and we're going to hold our chest to our rings as quickly, or at as much of a horizontal position as we can. But our thumbs have to touch our chest on the rings hole. So that's how we're going to do that. And on both of these things, we want you to rest about a minute or so between each exercise, or between each set. Then we have got 30 Turkish get-ups, not for time. Notice I put no measure. I'm not going to let you guys try and race this. So there is no ego or anything like this. We want you to get them done, and get them done right and safe. Turkish get-ups are an amazing rehab and strength conditioning tool, but if you do them fast and you do them improperly, you can and will hurt yourself. So we're trying to, oh, hey, there's Dax. So we're trying to encourage you guys to not do that. And then Friday, we have got a snatch complex. We're going to do 1 snatch pull, 2 hang snatches from above the knee, and 1 overhead squat. We're going to go up in weight for this, but it's not a max. Just like you always hear me say with these complexes, I want your first set to look identical to your last set. If you do that, then everything is cool. If you go up crazy in weight, if you stay down, and you're just working on technique, that's perfectly fine too. And again, hang snatches. So if you're capable of doing a squat snatch, we want you to do it. And I'll put squat if capable. Ooh, there you go. I'll put that right there for an asterisk, squat if capable. And then we have got a nice little spicy chipper to round out the Friday. So we're going to do, to round out the week, we're going to do 70 double unders, 60 air squats, 50 push-ups, 40 pull-ups, 30 thrusters at a lightweight, and 20 burpee over the boxes, and then 10 dips. Those are just going to be regular dips. You don't have to do them on the rings for RX. You can do them on a box or the Matadors. If all that stuff, you want to do it on the rings, you can, but that's still just RX. RX Plus is we're using a heavier weight for thrusters, so basically Fran rate for thrusters. And then they got to do 10 muscle ups at the end of that. So we'll see how everybody does on that. Nice way to end the Friday. So guys, that is it. And hopefully you guys all enjoy this, and we will see you in the garage.